what I liked about your book too, and what I haven't seen before, you talk about the mind as a prediction machine. So talk us through that scientific approach of how our mind uses what we find in the outside world to make predictions.
Yes, this is like the kind of theoretical bedrock of the expectation effect, I'd say. It really helps us to understand, why we evolved to for expectations to shape our well-being in the way that they do, and it can help us to understand then the specific mechanics of the expectation effect. And essentially this theory, which has been gaining a lot of ground in neuroscience, is that the brain is constantly building these simulations of the world around us. Every second of every day it's doing this, and that's actually really important for shaping our perception, first of all, because the truth is that the sensory data that's coming into our body is often quite poor. What we are seeing, that conscious experience of seeing, is not really a true reflection of the data that's hitting our retinas, because actually that can be very messy, very ambiguous, and the brain does a lot of processing to tidy it up, and it does so through these simulations that it's built. It has all of these past experiences of similar situations. It knows the context, which helps to refine those simulations, and then really it's using the data hitting your eyes to kind of just tweak the simulations. It's almost the simulations that we're experiencing rather than the real world. Some neuroscientists even go as far as to say that reality is really a controlled hallucination for this reason. Now, the fact is that these simulations, often are, very accurate, but sometimes they can be wrong. Which is why we have those visual illusions that you might see, or why you might mistake something, in your field of vision. You might mistake, a stranger for a familiar person because of the expectation that you'd see them, is wrong a fair amount of the time, but mostly it works very well. But what these simulations are doing, besides shaping our perception, is that they're also then changing our physiology, because we have to be very adaptive as animals. We have to respond to our circumstances, and those simulations are just helping you to predict what you need to do next. So how the body could prepare for a fight, or could prepare for the food that it's about to eat, could prepare for a period of starvation. And then that's, in turn changing things like the hormonal balance within your body, the actions of the digestive system, your blood pressure, the actions of your immune system, whether you're going to be releasing lots of inflammatory molecules that can help to be the first line of defense against infection if you become wounded, for example. So all of this is happening. And, the prediction machine is working basically 24 hours a day. When we sleep, our dreams are actually a product of the prediction machine to a certain extent. But, especially, when we're conscious, our perception, our behavior, and our physiology is constantly being tweaked and changed and by this prediction machine. And so that's what we need to remember when we're thinking about the expectation effect, is that actually all we're doing when we think about the expectation effect is we're trying to optimize those simulations to make sure that they're actually working in the best way for us.